Welcome to another episode of Weedy React. I'm your host, Wes Hunt, and we're getting straight into it because this is my thing. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already for real to the E.T.W channel. For all those that's like, sharing, and subscribing to the HFC podcast, because I think we're on our way to 300. I told you at the 500 subscriber, we're giving a cash giveaway, and I already got the details on that channel. But thank y'all. Need to get the subscribers and the likes up on this channel, man. Come on, fuck with me. The more y'all give back, the more I'm gonna give back, and that's guaranteed. Information, physical, spiritual, whatever I could do. But you're gonna get right into it. And as y'all see the title and the description, you can be reacting to a video. I believe this is episode 4. Don't quote me on that. They got doing so much, but I don't have the episode in the title, obviously, but. In this video, we're gonna be reacting to some Shiza video. Let me make sure this shit is tagged up. We be reacting to some Shiza, you know what I mean? The title is The Cult of Hollywood. Lola shares her experiences with the industry, power dynamics, and sexual assault. Really know a few people got exposed from doing that kind of weird shit. Einstein and Epstein doing them higher ups, and you heard, if you haven't seen this documentary, watch Out of the Shadows, the Out of the Shadows documentary. And this content is coming from, I always like to cite my sources, Lola Blanc, Lola Blanc, you know what I mean? Or Blank, or Black, Blanc. I think it's Lola Blanc. So go check this whole video. I'm going to have this whole video here, but I'm going to react to it. If you just want to see me without my, hands or face on it, if you want to see that silly video without me on it, go check that out on Lola Blanc. But this is The Cult of Hollywood. Lola shares her experience with the industry, power dynamics, and sexual assault. So let's get right into it. Like, share, and subscribe. I got the moonlight on. You know, these niggas like the satanic shit they doing. I'm in the wolf, man. So now I gotta go through their little territory, see what they done with. Before all jokes aside, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for fucking with me. Thank you for giving me a chance. And thank whoever's messing with me, whoever subscribed to this channel, the non-subscribers. I love y'all, man. But let's get right into it.
Okay, guys, you ready for a story? You ready for a potentially triggering story? Uh-oh. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I come from music originally. I'm, a filmmaker, actor, but I'm also a musician, and I moved to LA when I was 17 years old, was fucking hustling for 10 years trying to make music happen, and then I wrote a song for Britney Spears, and then I was like in the pop music world and like doing sessions with everyone and, like trying to fucking make it happen. So lots of meetings all the time. I would say 90% with men. All the producers, I would say 98% men. I think I worked with 1, maybe 2 female producers that entire time. And one day I got, I can't remember how it happened, but whatever, an A&R, like an executive, basically, not an executive, but like a pretty high up A&R at a major record label reached out to me and was like, hey, I'd love to talk to you about your songwriting, because at this point I'd written for
Britney. The thing is, before I keep talking, there's thousands of stories about Hollywood, and it's the industry. I'm not trying to get in Hollywood per se, but the things I do leads me into Hollywood-esque things, and I might end up landing there. But so if whoever's trying to go into Hollywood, know what you're getting yourself into a lot of times. Who knows if a lot of it is real, but everything can be fake, and a lot of it has been proven. Some weird shit goes on, definitely has.
Me and whatever, I was still kind of fresh at the time. And I was like, great. So we set up a meeting. I go in there and I meet with him. And here's where it gets complicated. I was attracted to him. And there was an obvious,
flirtation.
There was an obvious, magnetism between us. I left, whatever. I was like, whoa, okay, I'm attracted to that person. That's weird. But I didn't think much of it. And then he emailed me again and was like, hey, could you actually come back? I want to talk to you about your artist project and not just your songwriting. And then we can go get a drink or whatever and discuss it. Now, for context, at this point, I go out to bars with music industry people all the time, because that is one of the ways that we have meetings.
Right.
It's not always in the office. It's very, very common. At least it was at the time. I haven't been into this much lately, but my manager and I would go out and meet, people from this label, or, go to a show with these people. So this is not at all unusual. It's down the block from the studio that his office is in. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll meet there and then we'll go discuss. I get in there, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because I feel like it could actually be, I don't want to like be too, give too much detail. But basically he shut the door and he made a move. And
this is in his office?
This is in his office.
Oh, no.
At night.
Oh, no.
And it was really, really confusing for me because I was like, I am attracted to this person,
right,
but I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm attracted to this person, but I would want to like actually get to know each other. And also, should we even do that? Because this is someone who has so much more power than me. And like, shouldn't we just keep this professional? But I'm attracted to him. And so like, my body is responding and I don't really like, know how to react right now.
Right.
And he, like, basically what happened in a nutshell is I kept being like, we should leave, we should go, we should leave, we should go. And he physically blocked the door and prevented me from leaving.
Oh no.
Repeatedly. And the encounter ended in him experiencing pleasure and me not. And, it was so humiliating.
She gave him head. The thing about this is, like, you say he's attracted to him, and your body's responding. He's being forceful and weird by not letting you go and all that. That's guaranteed. But, like, part of me is thinking that what he did was wrong. Because once a bitch says no, or once a woman say no, I'm out of it. I'm not gonna be trying to block and push. Some dudes do that shit. Some girls end up like fucking one and go with it or whatever, because you don't always end up in some weird rape type crazy shit. But this one, for so far, like, I don't know, it seemed like you liked the nigga. It seemed like you shot a front. And he just kept pushing up and you will laugh. I mean, probably humiliating after the fact, once the hormones and the intensity went out. But yeah, he was super aggressive, that's definitely some weird nigga shit. But I don't know, man. You seem like you kind of liked him. You didn't like the situation, but you liked him. And I don't know. I gotta hit him on the story, man. It just doesn't seem like you try to paint it like he took a straight super advantage of you, but yet still, it's too you say your body's responding to it. That means you was getting away. And I mean, like, damn, shit like that. So let me just keep looking. But he was a weirdo.
Humiliating afterward. He like took me to the bathroom and then like sent me away and like kind of made sure nobody saw me, and it was like so just disgusting. And yeah. So anyway, it took me a long time to come to terms with the fact that was assault, because I was like, well, I was attracted to him though. Like, and
definitely was assault.
I remember telling my friends afterward and being like, haha, this funny sexual thing happened, and they just looked at me with like their faces had gone white. They were like, that sounds like a bad situation. I was like, no, it's fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Just because a hamburger tastes really good doesn't mean you can't still choke on it and die. Does that make sense?
Oh wow, what a great analogy.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the fucked up part too, which is the part that I usually leave out of the.
That analogy did. Just because the hamburger tastes good, that it means it's good for you. Choking dollars, brothers. I get it.
Story, because people don't understand why this happened, and I actually got into an argument with a guy I was seeing, not my current boyfriend, because my current boyfriend fucking rules, but about this particular thing, which is that this same A&R texted me to hang out again, and I did it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the reason that I did it, that people really, really struggle with understanding, I think, is if I'm looking at like the reason that I did it, I'm like, I didn't want to believe that was the kind of person that he was, and
I don't know, man. I gotta say, I gotta call a cap on the shit from right now. The nigga you got violated you, that forced you, and made you give him head, and you feel so humiliated, shoved you out the back. You told your friends, they said, that don't sound cool. It sounds just like it was assault. He called you back, and you want to believe that's the kind of person he was because you was on his dick, because you liked him. Sorry, bro. It just sound like sorry.
And I didn't want to believe that thing had happened to me because I had already had the sexual assault experiences.
Right.
And so in my mind, I'm like, if I hang out with him again, maybe I will discover that he really likes me for me. And maybe I will find that, like, that thing that felt kind of weird wasn't actually weird, and we're like, this is actually really not like fun. And
maybe that could be true. You know what I mean? Sexual assault people usually fall into the routine of going with the same abusers or becoming abusers themselves. Or she probably did one. But at the end of the day, you gotta take some accountability and realize, since you've been through it already, you should know how it feels. You should know like how it was, like how it went. You had consensual relations with other people before. Then you had unconsensual relations with other people before. You had that burden and pleasure. So you should know how to compare and contrast the two.
It was texting me like every single night. So I hung out with him again. Almost the exact same thing happens. And then afterward, he was still texting me every night. I told him, I stopped responding to him. And then the people that he had set me up in sessions with, there were 2 people, producers he had set me up with to write, for their artists or whatever, ghosted me. As soon as I ghosted him, they totally disappeared.
That's real. Hollywood, corporate, or even regular jobs, man. You get blackballed in a minute. Especially if a guy got power or the woman got power, you get blackballed in a minute. And they say, you won't be a real worker in this town again. That's fucking real shit. They will have you not working this town again because they buddies with everybody around. Well, they're not buddies with everybody around. They buddies that's buddies with somebody that's around. Or they're not buddies with buddies that somebody's around. They got a business deal, or they want to do business, or maybe they want to do business in the future. They did business in the past, or they own one. There's so much motherfucking they want to hand wash the other in that in all these industries when it comes to money. That's why all these motherfucking people act so weird with power. You know what I mean? Because they know, like, yo, what are you talking about? I'll get you motherfucking X'd out of here and make sure the shit is good. You know what I mean? I can get you X'd out of here. So that's why they act so weird with motherfucking in Hollywood and corporate America and all these fucking places when it comes to big money.
Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, it's like, so there are kind of a couple different things at play here. So one, there's this idea that you see someone again after they've harmed you. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But there's so many reasons why, so many ways that we justify to ourselves the pain that we've experienced and don't want to believe it and try to push it away. And I think that is something that happens within cultic groups all the time. And that, in fact,
and that's a real one for what you call it, because the whole saying and God thing is up for debate. But I mean, I know it's at the highest frequency and the lowest frequency, and we all draw apart from the same source. But one thing that keeps me on point is that if y'all pay attention in every fucking movie, show, magazine, bus stop, promotion, marketing, there's always some 1 eye, 13, devil, horns, 666, 33, pyramid. What? That means the pyramid is bad, or always know it's bad, but they use it in the wrong context. So and everybody that kind of defects from Hollywood or whatever the case may be, or defects from these big businesses, always been with occult, Satan's, this, that, whistleblowers, always been with this kind of thing. It's a fucking pattern, man. So, and if we don't believe in it, it seems like a lot of people do. Or they strongly want us to think they do.
My mom talks about this. She, with her, with our prophet, she was like, well, there's no way that someone would lie about this. That, no one is that bad of a person. So I can't accept that. So instead, it's easier to accept that, I'm way oversimplifying it. There were so many factors at play there. He worked so hard on her, wearing her down, so I don't want to downplay that. But one of the many, many dynamics is that you don't want to believe that people are bad. Right. You just don't. Right. It's hard. And you don't want to believe that you're a victim. Mm-hmm. At least I didn't want to believe that I was a victim. I'm like, no, I am not the kind of person that this stuff happens to anymore. This doesn't happen to me, so therefore this was fun. Mm-hmm. I had fun. That was fun.
Right. Okay, so there's this picture here in Los Angeles. He recently had sex with a woman, and it was very rough. And she texted him, I loved it. It was fucking amazing. I recently gave up drugs and alcohol to, get into, now I'm into rough sex, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so then they meet up again, and he apparently, like, she's unconscious. He punched her in the vagina, like, gave her a black eye. And again, I think she texted things like, it was great. And then she and so she's just like, yeah, I said I loved rough sex. Yeah, I said I love that, but I didn't want to get punched in the vagina and like pass out. But then it just gets it gets confusing.
You said it since I'm confused. What is it? I know this, but if you like rough sex, and if you nigga did it to you at the beginning, then you say you like it, you text it back. I would basically want more. Then he knocks you out, punching your fucking pussy. Then first Trump said, grab your pussy, he punched your pussy. Then you text him back and said, I still loved it. Then you saw him, like, I don't understand what's going on. Why y'all encouraging a thing like, okay, trauma people, like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, I mean, that's one of the points that the guy I was arguing with brought up, because he was like, that particular guy is sexually dominant. And he was like, well, what if I'm having a consensual experience with the girl, and then she like reinterprets that memory later on as assault, when at the time it was actually really consensual. But it's like, okay, if you are actually engaging in the correct kind of rough sex, or the consensual kind of BDSM or whatever it is, you are having discussions about what you are doing in advance. You are checking in with each other. You are like making sure that it's consensual. That is the appropriate way to do BDSM. We've gotten some DMs from people being like, please don't misrepresent the BDSM community, like because I've referenced this Dom guy before. They're like, he's not representative of what the community is actually about. And
that's the second episode, so I'm going to, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care what community I offend, because it's my fucking opinion based on facts. Anybody in their right mind, or that had love, or any kind of won't want to be, the dog should be out. A little roughness here, okay, gags in mouth, paddled, beat, degraded, this, you got mental problems. Something in your past, something in your present, get cracked, your shit. And you don't feel worthy, so you like to be degraded and beat up. It's like a form of motherfucking cutting your wrist. Nobody say, yo, no, support the cutting your wrist community. We got our own community. And like, the shit that we support, that's how you know this world's one of my motherfucking saying.
And I, thank you for those messages. I think that that's a really important point. Like, if somebody is going to be rough with you, they need to be talking to you about it. And if they're not, they might just be shitty. Like, it might not be the BDSM relationship that you think it is. It's veering a little bit away from the Hollywood stuff, but I also think it's important. I was in a class last year. I took a psych class, group dynamics class, and every week we'd have to write what was going on in our lives. And there was one girl who wrote about how she has like a really kinky BDSM relationship with her boyfriend, but he chained her to the bed all night and she couldn't escape, and it was really traumatizing, but it's just BDSM. And I was like, I don't think that that's what you think it is.
Right.
And I actually, she emailed me later for advice, and I did my absolute best I could. I don't know exactly what the right thing to say in that situation is. But yeah, so that's one facet of it. And then the other facet of it is this thing that we've finally begun to have a cultural conversation about, which is like, if you are the person with power in the room and the other person like needs something from you or wants something from you, there is an obvious power imbalance. You cannot.
It's so frustrating.
Okay, I agree. Here we go. Let's play an accountability game, because I'm not with all that point shit. The person that's doing this is a sick motherfucker, and they deserve to be no jail time, just straight like we in Africa or in a foreign country. You know what I mean? Don't get me twisted. I got no love for that fucking cop. People do weird shit, that take advantage, doing sexual assault, pedophilia, rapists, all them motherfuckers. I mean, if I was president, or if I rule the world, please, they won't be the cancers. But if you know you got that logic, or if you don't have that logic, play both sides of the coin. That this person in the room have that obvious power, and they need abuse their power, or may want to manipulate you because they know that you want something. It's still your motherfucking choice to do it. It's still your choice to walk out the room unless they physically hold you down, which one? That's why that'd be a complete straight rape. And it's still your choice to go into that room. I know a lot of meetings is done in hotel rooms in Hollywood, but it's still your meeting. But now I don't feel comfortable with that. Giving me a similar place, a dinner, what you call it. If it blows your chance, it blows your chance, but it's still your choice. It's still your choice when somebody's like, yo, man, you don't want this part, you suck my dick. You're like, damn, I don't want to go back to fucking Matrix. I don't want to go back to the hood. I don't want to go back to the block. A lot of dudes that really do that shit. It's still your choice, bro. You made that choice, sis. You made that choice, bro. Don't claim abuse like, yo, he cornered me, or he put this in there, you know what I mean? I built. Man, that's still your choice, man. That's how the devil plays. Give you a whole bunch of shitty options with the look like a shiny gift on the other side. But that's the shittiest option of them all. Yeah, you can do it to yourself. You know what I mean? Because as long as you keep breathing, you're not done. You know what I mean? And that's what they don't want you to believe. They want you to believe that you're done. At 21, if you don't move out, you're done. At 30 something, if you don't have no kids, something you're done. If you don't got a house or something, you're done. That's already putting time limits on. So fuck with your mind.
I just remember like mid-20s. A lot of my guy friends were actors, and a lot of them were on television shows, and a lot of them would have sex with girls who were over 18, but fans of their shows because they were kind of those kind of shows. And I was just like, these are fans of yours. You're not going to date them. You're going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
A lot of them, some of them, yes, but a lot of them, they feel like they hurt. They just have they fuck with their favorite star. That's what groupies is. So that's a lot of things. I agree, but I hate the whole hearing all the victim. Because once again, choice. Oh, I love. Let's see who's the biggest. I'm aging myself a little bit here because I don't know who the biggest fucking rock or some shit is. But I love Maroon 5 or some shit. I love Maroon 5. Al Levine, but yo, turn the bus, yo, man. They get kicked off the fucking bus instead of sucking on somebody's dick. They feel like, oh my God, my star forced me. It's like, no, bro. Unless he really forces you or she really forces you, it's your choice. That means it's your choice. Let's completely take it away from you. Fine, knock you the fuck out of him. It's your choice.
Literally, why?
Yeah. Oh, that one's so tough because it's like, can you just not hook up with anyone who's... Like on the one hand, you should not sleep with people who are just like obviously your fans. But on the other hand, are you never allowed to hook up with someone who's a fan of something you've done? Like that doesn't make sense either.
I know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It's just like being...
Thank you. It doesn't make sense. It's like everything's a fucking victim.
Mindful of the power that you potentially have. And in
how about you be mindful of the power you potentially have?
that case, it's like, at least they're just an actor. Like they're not someone in a meeting.
I'm not agreeing with what these fucking sickos did, as I said many times in the show.
Hiring, who has the power to hire them. Actors don't have any fucking power to hire people, you know. I mean, some of them maybe, but yeah. There's one more example I'm going to give. I'm sorry, this is probably a very stressful episode. But there's one more example I want to give, which I think about it sometimes. I'm like, that was so weird. There was a guy who worked in nightlife, events, and music, and he was like getting into management, and he was in with this group. I won't name any names, but he was in with this like a very cool photographer who was very hip at the time and going to all the cool events and like, you know, whatever, just like the cool kids. Mm-hmm. The cool kids in the scene. This guy, I was like kind of, you know, I really wanted to be in with these people. They had a lot of power. They were like kind of star makers at the time. And so he came over to have a meeting with me. And, oh God, I wish I could say his name because his name is so ironic. You even knew what his name was.
Is it like Gentle Whisper or something?
Close enough.
That's my favorite ASMR girl. Shout out Gentle Whisper. Okay, go on.
He sat me down and he was like, if we're gonna work together, I'm gonna need you to trust me.
What he said?
I was like, okay, yeah, totally. trust. You have to trust the people you work with. He was like, okay, I would like to do a trust exercise. I want you to go into your room and change your shirt. And I was like, okay, this is kind of weird.
One, go to my point with choice. Choice. You choose to walk out that fucking shit right now because you know it's just gonna escalate. Two, this should see how far. This is a test for her. A trust exercise, not trust exercise. This is a test, a cooperation test. Alright, this is what she does. How far will she go? How far can I push her? What can I make her do? Not me walking out, hold up her head. Now I'm like, this is his. I'm feeling you out. Choice.
But okay. So I went into the room and I changed my shirt. Obviously not, he wasn't watching or anything. I came back out, he sat me down, he was like, good. Now I want you to do it again. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like, this is feeling weird to me. Mind you, at this point I've already believed in a fucking cult leader.
Right. Yeah. You're like, what's going on? Yeah.
And he was like, okay. Well, if you don't do it, that proves to me that
choice.
You're not taking this seriously.
Okay, whatever.
And
please.
I can't work with someone who's like not willing to fully jump in and trust me and take this seriously. And it was so hard for me to say this because I wanted to be in with these people so badly, but it raised enough red flags that I was like, okay, I guess we can't work together.
But see, man, that's choice. That's what that was. That was choice. And she failed the first test with the switch up. She tried to test that, see what this nigga was going with it. But then she passed the last one. So it was all choice, man. It's like, I don't know if I could, and the guy's like, I don't know if you could be with me. And she's like, I know, it hurt me so bad to say this shit. And basically turn it down. But yes. That's how you keep your soul. That's how you keep who you are. That's how you grow your willpower. That's how you increase your life. You gotta have some status and morals. Like my big bro Ron said, that co-host of HFC Podcast, which like, share, and subscribe, like, share, and subscribe to E.T.W TV, or follow me on SoundCloud, WhatsApp, or whatever. Follow me on Instagram, Wolfhawk, WXLF718. But like my big bro said, you know what I mean? We all sell out some shit from fashion. I mean, a lot of us go to a job that we hate, that killing us spiritually, and we still go for money, to pay bills, to take care of our families. We do it for a reason, but we still selling out on the way. So it's like, just gotta keep your mind about you. And if you're gonna go in the industry, if you try to get into the industry, you know what you're getting into. You know what you're getting into, man. You know what you're getting into. I'm getting into going in the industry, I know what I'm getting into. So it's like, it is what it is. But like, like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, thank you for tuning into another episode of Read and React. I hope y'all enjoy this. Now, I mean, I'm doing more topics like this. You know, this is my type of shit. What people call conspiracy theories. I don't do conspiracy theories like this. Conspiracy is just something that's covered up, and theory is just something you theorize into. You theorize on something that's covered up, and it was also put in place to use in the wrong context by the CIA to discredit the JFK assassination. Do your research before y'all start thinking we tinfoil hat people. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning into another episode, man. I love all of y'all, man. One mind equals one love, and one mind is how you see God. Whoa.